I have photographic proof that some celebrities suck and some celebrities are awesome. This is Celebrity Encounters, and these are my photos and my stories of the good, the bad, and the unpredictable of Hollywood. Some of the good: Jack Nicholson, Jessica Simpson, George Clooney. Some of the bad: Leo DiCaprio, Ben Affleck, Cameron Diaz. The unpredictable: Avril Lavigne, Lindsay Lohan, and Keanu Reeves. Hey guys, today's episode is all about why I think Leo DiCaprio sucks. I'm not talking about his acting ability. I'm willing to admit he's a pretty good actor. But the guy doesn't know how to handle fame. I'm going to show you a bunch of never-before-seen photos of Leo, and we're going to dive into Leo's personal life, which Leo hates, and hopefully you guys are going to love. Let's take a look at why I think Leo DiCaprio sucks. During my 8 years in Hollywood, not once did Leo ever stop and pose or smile for the camera. Not once. And I encountered Leo a lot. He was a nightclub regular. Leo was the most uncooperative of any celebrity I encountered. Apparently he has a horrible fear of any camera he's not being paid millions of dollars to stand in front of. When he saw a camera, he would go into turtle mode. The second he thought someone might take his picture, he would hide behind his hat, shirt, jacket, arms, security, or the backseat of cars. He would twist, wiggle, and squirm away from the camera like a Kardashian dodging a generic bottle of champagne. He didn't look much like a hunky leading man when he was hiding from the camera. He looked like a prisoner on his way to jail. That picture is actual prisoners on the way to jail. That's not Leo. Maybe he didn't want his fans or directors to know what a party boy he was. Leo was out almost as much as party girl Tara Reid, and she was out a lot. And I think if he wasn't making movies all the time, he would have been out as much as Lindsay Lohan, who was out almost every single night I was in Hollywood. The many pictures I have of Leo don't even scratch the surface of how often Leo was actually partying at the clubs. Even though there were many nights I didn't see the sneaky star, I would hear from people that Leo was inside the club. Check out this picture here. Looks like he's in grade school doing one of those tornado drills. Come on, Leo, you look ridiculous. So after 4 years of Leo hiding from me, never giving me a shot, I finally decided I was going to be kind of a jerk to Leo. And I decided I was just going to bug him with my relentless camera flash. So in the summer of 2006 at Shag Nightclub, I decided I'm not even going to look, I don't even care if I get a good shot. I'm just going to take shots of Leo, not even caring what happens. So this night, I basically got on the ground. You can see I'm down like to the sidewalk and just trying to shoot up his hat to get any shot I possibly can. And I didn't think the shot was going to turn out this good, but it actually turned out kind of funny. But I know. It was immature of me to do that. But I thought Leo was being immature by constantly hiding from me for 4 years. I know 2 wrongs don't make a right, but hey, this very rarely did I ever get upset with a celebrity and do something kind of aggressive. And I guess this was kind of aggressive, although you know what? I'm not sure Leo even knew I was being overly aggressive with my camera flash. But had Leo just let me get a couple shots, I would have left him alone. When he hides, I can't get a good shot. I have to take more shots. So he's making himself have to get more shots. So I would have taken 2 shots. Instead, I had to take like 15 to 20. So it's Leo's own fault that I had to take so many shots. Okay, let me show you a couple other random shots I got of Leo throughout the years. In this one here, he's like, got his hat pulled down. He's trying to drive. He can't possibly see the road. And he's like smiling, I think. I don't know what he's doing. But he just looks like a total dork. Like, why would you want to live your life like this, Leo? It seems like such a problem. Like, to just live your life. Just go out and enjoy your life. Why are you hiding from everything? So I don't know what he's doing here, but he looks like a total goofball. And then this next one here, this is at the Lakers game. I was outside. Leo was inside. And the only reason he's not hiding in this picture is because he didn't see me. So I was outside and I managed to snap a shot off when he was walking to the Lakers game. He's got those Lakers game tickets in his hand. And then this one here is the only time I ever got pictures of his eyes. He just happened to look right at me. And I finally got a picture of both of his eyes, which this is the only time out of all my pictures that I got both his eyes in the same shot. So that is just unbelievably ridiculous. Let's talk a little bit about Leo's personal life. In the 90s, Leo did a movie called Critters 3, which he says was probably one of the worst films of all time, which makes me want to see it even more. My favorite Leo DiCaprio movie was What's Eating Gilbert Grapes, which he made when he was 19 years old. One of my favorites there was, he made it with Johnny Depp. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's pretty freaking awesome. Right before that, he was on a sitcom called Growing Pains. And during this time, he made friends with a guy named Kevin Connolly. You probably know him from Entourage as E. And the guy behind him, that's Lukas Haas, his other good friend. Also, Toby Maguire was part of this crew. These bros would sneak into Victoria's Secret parties and nightclubs where their main goal was to get laid. People started calling them the Pussy Posse. After Titanic came out, making Leo DiCaprio one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, the Pussy Posse was in high demand. Leo dated numerous models during this time. By the time I got to Hollywood, Leo was in a relationship with model Gisele Bundchen, who is now married to Tom Brady. Which I find kind of mind-blowing that Gisele would date Tom Brady after Leo DiCaprio. I mean, it's almost hard to believe. It shows that Hollywood is so much like high school. First, Gisele dated the coolest guy in school, and then she moved on to the high school quarterback. Anyway, back to Leo. During my time in Hollywood, I never once saw him bring Gisele to the clubs. He was always with his boys. If you're a girl and your boyfriend is going to the clubs without you all the time, he's probably up to no good, ladies. So anyway, the reason Leo and Gisele broke up is because Leo couldn't commit. After Gisele and Leo broke up, Leo moved on to another model, Bar Refaeli. I saw Leo take Bar Refaeli to the clubs one time during their 5-year relationship. That's it. Just one time did I see Bar Refaeli and Leo together at the clubs. So during this night, you can see Bar Refaeli is riding shotgun, Kevin Connolly is driving the car, and that's Leo's hat I have circled in the back seat, as of course, Leo is hiding in the back seat. This night, they made it look like Kevin Connolly was dating Bar because he came to the club with her, but really, we know now, and I think we knew then, that it was Leo who was dating Bar. So you can see even then he was giving me problems trying to get a shot, which, of course, him and Bar did break up eventually. But let me show you something that happened right before this. About 6 months to a year before this, I caught Leo at a nightclub. Here he is leaving. That's Leo DiCaprio leaving a club. And of course, he's got the club promoter with his cane after me to not take a picture. But he left with this girl. This is Sienna Miller, who is, guess what, a former model and actress. Well, the two were coming out of the club. I found out they were in there. I knew they were hanging out together. My insider told me. When they came out, they quickly separated and went their separate ways. So I had to get a picture of them each separately, which sucks for me because if I could get a picture of them together, I probably would have made some pretty good money. So I get them separate, and of course I got a battle with this club promoter, who's usually a pretty good guy, except when Leo's around, he really becomes aggressive. It's like Leo must really want to protect Leo really bad, because this guy was a pretty cool club promoter from my times with him. But on this night, he had his cane after me and was kind of a little bit of a jerk. But you can see, that's how Leo is. He doesn't want to be photographed. So on this night, it was pretty interesting because they came out separately, and then Sienna Miller, her dress was a little disheveled that night. You can see here she's having a little boob problem, and she looks like she might have been having a little foreplay in there with Leo. So these two snuck off together, and I looked to find out if they hooked up. Now, Sienna Miller claims that they never dated, which I totally believe you, Sienna. I believe you guys didn't date, but I really believe you guys hooked up that night. I almost have no doubt that you guys totally hooked up. So anyway, that's my Sienna Miller story. Let me show you one other picture. This is Leo, another night. This is when he's dating Bar Refaeli. So this night, he leaves in this car. He's driving. There's a Koi restaurant, and he's leaving after Koi. He's got some unknown girl hiding in his back seat. Now, this is when he's dating Bar. Now, that doesn't look like Bar to me. I don't think that's Bar. It could be. We can only see her eyes. But she's hiding back there. She's looking through the car seat to try to see if it's safe to show her face. But Leo sneaking out with some girl, leaving Koi restaurant together. So another reason why Leo may not want to have his photograph taken at these clubs is because he doesn't want his girlfriends to find out he's out partying with other girls at clubs. After Leo broke up with model Bar Refaeli in 2011, he dated almost exclusively models from then until now, including a number of Victoria's Secret models, like Erin Heatherton. in 2012 and Tony Garin in 2013 and 14. He is currently dating another model named Camila Morin, who is 22 years old while Leo is 45. He could be her dad. While most people look through the Victoria's Secret catalog to buy underwear or to find a gift for their wives, Leo goes through the catalog to find his next date. Now you know why Leo doesn't like to talk about his personal life. It's basically revolves around him hooking up with models with no intention to marry them. Let's talk about Leo's bro, Kevin Connolly, briefly. Now, Kevin has also dated actresses and models since the 90s when he met Leo. Here's a picture of him with Nicky Hilton. I took this picture during my time in Hollywood. This is Paris' sister. They dated for quite a while, but of course he didn't marry her. But Kevin has also done the same thing. He's dated tons of girls without getting married. Same as Leo. Let's talk about Lukas Haas, another member of the posse. Has also dated tons of hotties, including Natalie Portman from the Star Wars prequels. He has also never been married. Do you see a pattern here, people, from these guys? Okay, let's move on to Toby Maguire. Now, Toby did marry Jen Myers and had kids with her. During my time in Hollywood, Toby didn't hang out with Leo and the boys at the nightclubs. They weren't together at the nightclubs. I believe Toby was in love with Jen, and he tried to make it work during my time in Hollywood. But when I left Hollywood, they got divorced in 2017. But now, Toby is dating, you ready for it? He's dating a model. He's dating a freaking model. Oh my God. You guessed it. A model. Her name is Tatiana Detman. She's 27 and Toby is 44. I believe the Pussy Posse is still alive and well in Hollywood. But instead of short hookups like they did in the 90s, these guys now get into relationships with these women. But they refuse to marry them. These guys must have some sort of no marriage pact. It's the only thing that makes any sense. I mean, how many of your friends do you know that are in their 40s? You're like 4 dudes you know that are friends that have none of them have ever been married. It's pretty unbelievable. So the Pussy Posse, I think, is still alive and well in Hollywood. These guys will keep doing it until they're too old to do it anymore. All right, I got 2 more stories about what a jerk Leo DiCaprio is before we go. The first story I just saw in this magazine. It's a teen magazine, but it said that Leo DiCaprio was at O'Hare Airport in Chicago and refused to sign a young girl's autograph. Leo said that he doesn't sign autographs for anybody anymore unless he gets paid. And I have to believe this story is probably true because I never saw Leo sign an autograph during any of my time in Hollywood, which is a pretty jerky thing to do. All right, one more story about what a jerk Leo is. This photo is Leo putting his hands on a paparazzi, which is a big no-no. The guy in the green there is a paparazzi, and Leo grabs the guy and wraps his arms around the paparazzi so that he can't take a picture. Leo shouldn't be putting his hands on a paparazzi. Then he looks back, you can see him looking back here, and he tells his buddy to take care of the paparazzi. He's like, hey, get this guy off me. So then his buddy grabs the paparazzi the same way Leo did, and he threatens him. More proof of Leo's jerkiness. Now, this was the only time I saw Leo get physical with the paparazzi during my time in Hollywood, just to be clear. But he's still a jerk. Okay, I got a final thought about Leo. I guess my biggest problem with Leo and celebrities like him is they act this way even though they have one of the best jobs in the world. I mean, they make tons of money, travel the world, get treated like VIPs everywhere they go, date other gorgeous celebrities, and don't have to do any manual labor. There is very little downside to being a star. The one bad thing is loss of privacy, which includes getting your picture taken. So for Leo and other stars to be jerks or difficult about getting their picture taken is arrogant and ungrateful. It's like a plumber refusing to work with toilets, or a construction worker not wanting to lift heavy objects, or a nanny refusing to change dirty diapers. I think most people would gladly give up their privacy for fame and fortune. So it's a little insulting for Leo and stars like him to get bent out of shape about getting their picture taken. A small part of the job that affords them so much luxury. And that is why Leo DiCaprio sucks. All right, that's it for today's episode. Next time, we're going to talk about Avril Lavigne. Now, Avril was totally unpredictable and somewhat moody. One day she loved me and would give me great pictures. The next day she hated me. So I'm going to show you all the pictures I took of Avril, and there's a lot of party pics in there. So tune in to the next episode, and thanks for watching.